Hi guys, in this video we're going to learn everything there is to know about managing your classroom once you get into your class or your classes. First we're going to go to your name on the upper right hand side. We're going to click on account preferences. Then we're going to use side navigation. Click on yes and save changes. And now as you can see you have all your menu items on the left hand side. I find that a lot easier, as you can see right there. In your classroom page, you have the teacher's name, in this case, Mr. Verdelli. I also have a link to my website that I use it to give the students extra information that they might need. We're going to go back to the classroom. And remember, every classroom is different. Every class home page is different. Here you have some contact information. You have my cell phone number, the office number, the hours. And again, remember, some teachers may give you more information, some teachers may give you less information. Here you have your schedule. Basically, every teacher will have an appointment book, electronic book, for you to make appointments. So we're going to click there on one of the times. And as you can see, it's a very easy form to fill. So first you're gonna enter your name, and on the first box you have to provide a phone number so the teacher can contact you. You need to provide your email. Also remember that sometimes the teacher requires for you to contact him or her. Sometimes the teacher will contact you, so make sure you know what your teacher's expectations are. Always make sure you type your class page because some teachers teach more than one subject. So in this case, you want to make sure that I know this is for Spanish 1 or Spanish 2 on what segment. And what's the reason? What do you want the appointment for? In this case, is to take a DBA, and the assignment number. You have to have the assignment number. Then you have to click on I'm not a robot, and then you have to confirm. Before you confirm, to always make sure and double check, make sure all the information looks fine, that there are no spelling errors or nothing. And you can see I found one spelling error right there, so I'm going to fix it. And once you're sure that everything is fine, you can go ahead and confirm the appointment. But in this case, of course, I'm going to cancel it because it's just an example. But as you can see, that's your home page, and again, every teacher's home page is different. We're going to go where it says lessons. That's basically your textbook, okay? Your online textbook. As you can see, there's the modules. In this case, the first four modules are for segment 1. The last 4 are for segment 2. I'm going to pick a lesson, just a random. I'm going to go to 103. Just to show you, basically that's how all the classrooms look like. The format might be a little different, but they all have the same information. It will have an introduction to the class, so or to the chapter. I'm sorry, to the lesson, so you will know what the lesson is about. Then it has a grammar, a practice, and an assessment tab at the very top. But if we're going to concentrate right now on the lesson. And as you can see, there are some exercises for you to do, some activities for you to do, and I'm just gonna try to find here the correct answers. Hopefully I remember my Spanish. So, okay, see, and it tells you whether you're correct or not. Also remember, if you see text version, it's very important to look at those. See it right there, it tells you what the exercise is all about, and the description of the images and how you should answer them sometimes. And then at the end, it will also tell you what the objectives of that lesson are, okay? Again, very important to read all of those things. On the right hand side, you can also see you can switch between the pages. There are 4 pages on this lesson. There's also a glossary, so you can have all the whatever. If you don't understand the term, you can find it right there. And of course, you have the home button, which takes you back to the classroom or to the textbook, so to speak. And again, we're going to go back to 103. Also, you have the module and the lesson sorter. So basically, you can go straight to a lesson, or you can go, if you want to hop from 103 to another lesson, you can just click right there. If you want to switch modules, right there you can switch pages. You see, I'm going to the next page, and by clicking on previous, it will take me back to the previous page. And again, that's just another way to navigate. So you can navigate using the tabs or the buttons on the right hand side. Again, there's another little exercise there for practice. And as you can see, it has a graphical kind of interface, so you can see what's happening. It has a sound. It has those words, when you highlight them, when you put your mouse on them, it will tell you what the word means. In case you're not familiar with the term, that can help you with it. It will help you understand it for sure. And you can see that's the case with every highlighted word or underlined word in this case. I'm sorry. Let's see what else. And again, you have to remember every page is different. But again, going back to the menu on the right hand side is very important because it gives you an easier way to navigate the classroom if that's what you want. And as you can see, I'm going back and forward between the pages. You can switch to another module, or you can switch to another page within the lesson. So that's a very practical way to make sure you don't skip anything. Also, you're going to have little tabs sometimes, and you can see there are some tabs there that tell you how to move between sections within a page. There's another example of a text version, and as you can see, it's a little game. It's a quiz, but it's really important sometimes to print these pages because that will help you, take notes, so to speak, and have your stuff ready. Over here, we're going to go to assessment. As you can see, it tells you what the assessment is all about, what you're supposed to complete. You see where it says rubric? That would tell you what the teacher is going to be looking for during the assignment. But right here, we're going to click on the assignment. It's 103, and it's a written assignment. And as you can see, it basically gives an instruction. You have to read the dialogue, and you're supposed to find some what they call borrowed words from English to Spanish, or from Spanish to English in this case. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Microsoft Word. This is to do the assignment. Now let's pretend I know how to do the assignment. Let's see. So I'm going to actually already typed this up, so I'm going to show you right there. For example, I completed that assignment, and a few things I want you to notice here that I think are very important. For example, at the very top, it has the name of the assignment and your name, okay? So the assignment is 103, and the name of the student is Billy Martin. Then on the assignment itself, it has the student's name, the class, and the assignment number, and then it has the answers. Okay, so it's very clear for the teacher. They know exactly what to look for, and there's not going to be any confusion. So again, stay organized, make things easier for yourself and for your teacher. In case you need to resubmit, you know exactly where to find that assignment. Now I'm going to click on, let me see, on the assessments tab, and as you can see, it gives you a list of all the assignments you have to submit in order to complete the course. And as you can see, there is the 103 assignment, which is the one we were working on. So I'm going to type a note for the teacher. It's going to say, Mr. Redelli, attached, please find my assignment for 103, and Right there you have the name of the assignment in case you don't remember. What do you know? Writing assignment. And remember, it's really important to put the teacher's name, to put the note of what you're attaching, and then always sign your name. Okay, the teacher needs to know who you are. So we're going to type Billy Martin, which is our student. Then we need to, oh yeah, you can always spell check it. In case you find a spelling mistake or something. In this case, there are no mistakes because the word Riddell is actually spelled correctly. So we're going to click on finish. Then we need to add the file. So in order to do that, we're going to click on add files so we can attach that 103 document that we had before. Okay, so let's see if I can find it. And I'm blurring this screen just because I have files from other students. But basically, let me look. Double click on the file, which has the 103 assignment. As you can see right there, it says assignment 103 has your name. You can get rid of it if you like I did right there, just by clicking on that little minus sign. And again, I'm gonna attach it one more time. And again, if you can see, it has all the information that is needed. It has the points possible, how much it's worth, how many times you can try to submit the assignment. Of course, it says 0. You can also include files from Dropbox just by clicking on the select files from Dropbox button. And let me show you one more thing here. I'm gonna go back to where I have all my documents, and what I'm gonna do is, let me see what I can find here. I'm gonna try to find a file. What I'm gonna do is, this time I'm gonna drag and drop. Okay, so basically you just hold your mouse button and drag the file and drop it into the assignment box. I'm gonna show you one more time. You find the file, you click, and you drag it into the assignment box, and that way you can include those files. But in this case, we don't need them, so we just click on the minus sign to get rid of them. Okay, so now we have our assignment, the 103, and we're gonna submit for grading. Okay, make sure you click on that little box before you submit it, otherwise it will just be saved. And if we go back to the assessments box, you can see that 103 is already missing. Why? Because you already submitted it. Okay, so if you want to look at that assignment, you have to go to your gradebook. And you see in your gradebook, that's your assignment. It says that it's submitted and it's worth 10 points, and it's basically waiting for the teacher to grade it. Okay, so that's really important for you to know, that is waiting at that stage, and it has not been submitted it was submitted, but it has not been graded. We're going to go into course information, and there are several things here that I want you to notice. There is a teacher contact tab, and as you can see, there is the teacher's name and the teacher's email and phone number in case you need to contact him or her. If you go to orientation, it shows you how to navigate the course, how to submit an assessment, checking your grade. Lots of good information that you always need to be aware of. It shows you how to get started, some basic information in case you need help beyond this video. Pace chart, very important. It will show you about your pace chart. And of course, most of us will be working on the traditional pace chart. The accelerated basically is twice as fast, so you complete in 2 weeks every week. Okay, but the traditional pace chart is what most of us will use. you can see there's segment 1 and then there is segment 2. So depending on which segment you're working on, but in this case, if you're working on segment 1, that's the name of the class. It tells you the lessons and the assignments that are due every week. This is the way you stay organized. You should print this out and keep it in your folders, and that way you know what's due every week. Okay, you can write the actual date that is due, like for example if it's due November the 10th and then November the 17th or whatever, so you'll know. That's the contact drop policy. It will tell you a little bit about the information related to one of the main things, which is academic integrity. And this is very important with Bay Virtual and Florida Virtual School. It tells you what academic integrity is and how it's non-negotiable. Okay, you cannot, if you caught cheating, copy and pasting from websites or from another student, you can get in big trouble with Florida Virtual School and Bay Virtual School. And again, there is an entire document there about academic integrity. Make sure you read this, make sure you understand, make sure you ask questions if you have any questions related to this. Very important information. Talks about cheating, talks about plagiarism. So please make sure and always read these documents, very important. The standards is basically Florida Department of Education sets standards, what has to be learned in every course, and those are the standards. Make sure that the standards are covered by the course. Over here you have extra stuff that you're going to need for your classes, like your media player, your flash player. Of course, you might need Internet Explorer or some kind of browser that you should have. It tells you about different resources, things to help you in every different class. Like it has a citation machine link, there are Spanish links, time management, all kinds of things to help you be a better student. Again, it talks about integrity, and we already talked a little bit about that, but again, it's going to be emphasized throughout the entire course. It talks about academic integrity, plagiarism, what is not plagiarism, and it gives you some examples. So again, very important. There is a calendar in case you need to set up appointments or something for yourself or reminders. There is also a task sheet, and we really don't use the task sheet or the surveys, but let's see. Let's go into the assessments one more time just so you will remember. This is basically the heart of where you complete your assignments, so you need to be aware of that. And we already talked about the gradebook also. And again, you can see where the assignment is sitting there. And as you can see, it's highlighted in blue, and that's why. That has your student information, your course, how many weeks you've been active. You can see the 4 tabs, assignments that have been submitted, graded, above 60, graded below 60, and exempt. That way you can tell what's the story, which is for every assignment. As you can see, it's highlighted with blue, the 103 assignment. That's because it's submitted, waiting for the teacher. And there is a collaboration project there in your email. We're going to talk a little bit about email. If you need to send an email, you pick the people you want to email to. Those are all the people in your classroom. So if you want to email everybody, you just click on the 2 little button at the very top, and you set the recipient list. You're not going to see them unless you hover over the recipient list. Okay, you're going to see all the users that you're emailing. Always type a subject. Okay, if you don't, more likely it's going to end up in the spam folder. So we're going to say this is high priority, and the subject is need a partner for assignment. High, and see, again, please make sure you make very clear emails, guys. When you write them, make sure that they're clear, they're easy to understand, and you're very clear and obvious as far as what you're looking for, or what you need. In this case, you're emailing all your classmates, so you're going to say, my name is Billy Martin, and I need to find a partner for my collaboration assignment for the Spanish class. Please email me back or call me at, of course, you want them to email you back or call you. You need to give them the telephone number so they will be able to call you. Thank you, and always type your name. How is that person supposed to know who you are if you don't type your name? And again, you can see it's a very easy to understand email, very clear, and it has all the information you need. And you're emailing all your teachers, all your partners in your class, all your classmates in your class. So very easy to understand email. Okay, we're going to spell check it, and you see it gives me a suggestion for the word email. So I'm going to change to, and now we're finished checking. So we're going to go ahead and click on finish. And everything looks good. If you want to add a file, you can just click on file right there on browse, and you're able to pick a file and attach it. Of course, you go ahead and send it. In this case, we're going to cancel it. You also have the mail folders, like if you want to look at the send and at the trash, your inbox, you can click right there. If you have an address book, if you want to set up an address book, you can pick right there and just click by letters. Your email preferences, you can have it send you a copy of the email to another email address. Some people do that so they can check it on their phone or whatever. So make sure you have that. Let's see. And that's, pretty clear. If you know how to use email, you won't have any trouble with this. You can sort the emails, of course, if you want to look at, if you want to mark them all as read, or mark them all, or maybe look at everything you have sent. You can have a filter, like if you're looking for emails from Mr. Redelli, you just type Redelli, and it will show you all the emails from Mr. Redelli. On the discussion group tab, you're going to have, again, it's just another example. There are lots of assignments there. They have folders where you can communicate with your classmates. If you want to talk about the collaboration option for 202, you will click on this folder, and then you click on the subject, and if somebody has posted a message, you can respond to the message right there, or you can type a new message. Over here, in this case, we're going to reply, and it will say, I need to find a partner for my project. Thank you. And of course, you're talking about the 202 as a collaboration project. If you see it underneath, it tells you right there, subject 2.02 collaboration option. So you don't need to specify that because it's already on the subject. Okay. Please message back or call me at, and your phone number. Again, very clear what you want. It has your name on it. Of course, we're going to clear the form. There's also a chat room in case you guys need to discuss a specific assignment, and it creates threads and everything, just like in a regular chat room. I don't think chat rooms are used that much anymore, but it will tell you a little bit. Over here, you have a choice for students, and you can see how long you've been logged in. It talks about, like in this case, let me see what we're doing here. If you want to again, I guess there's another form of communication. If you want to send a message to a specific group or to a specific person, you would go right there. But again, I don't think that's used that much. So let's see. Okay, we're gonna. They also have a whiteboard, and again, so you can communicate. This is like live. If you want to chat with a classmate, you can do it not via messaging, but it's almost like an instant messaging. Okay, you type, and the other person will respond to you. And again, that's a tool that we're not using it as much anymore, mostly because students tend to communicate nowadays via text message. But if you need maybe help from your teacher or something, that's a good place to go to get one-on-one help. And let's see, there are no student folders. Mm-hmm. That's if you want to see, if you want to contact a specific student, okay, you click on the student's name right there, and that again is under students, just to in order to contact a specific student. Okay, let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, if you want to know who's online at that particular time, it shows you all the courses you're taking. Of course, the student has a ton of courses, but if you want to see a specific course and who's online right now that I can talk to, maybe in math or whatever, you will find it right there. This is for technical support, very important. Okay, if you ever need help with your course, right there you can see how you can contact FLVS, which is Florida Virtual, and this is the phone number you should contact. Is the 374-1430, and that's an 800 number, and you click on option 2 and it will take you to the technical support desk at Florida Virtual in case you ever need help. And the announcement is basically the announcement page in case you need to. How do I contact my teacher? Just click on the announcement page. And let's see, over here you have your course manager, and of course if you need to log off, you just click on the log off button. Okay, so again, that's pretty simple. But again, this will, of course, you can watch as many times as you need to, and I hope this gives you some ideas and some help. As you can see on the very top, you can also have all access to your menus, your email. If instead of using the side navigation, if you want to use this, that's perfectly fine. Takes you home. It has a little. It has all your workload or your assessments that you need to complete. It has your lessons, and so basically you have access to all the stuff. I just find it easier to navigate through using the left-hand side. But again, that's up to you. Okay, so I hope this helps you. And if you have any questions, always feel free to contact us, okay? And good luck to you with your courses. Thank you.